My name is Dan Stallings. I'm a professional trainer from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and this is Maverick. He is a dog that I rescued. I run Mid-Atlantic Weimaraner Rescue in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And one of my clients told me about Maverick being on Craigslist a couple of years ago. And as usual, I contact the owners to see if they're interested in surrendering them to our rescue so we can take care of them and find them a good home. And I found out Maverick was a former show dog and he has some very strong lineage. So I had him bring him up there, and I had a very good friend of mine, Beth Quinn, come by and evaluate him as a show dog just to see. And when he got out of the car, I was shocked at his conditioning. He was 25 pounds lighter than he is now. You can see his spine, his hips, you can see all of his ribs. His nose had a staph infection, his paws were raw, his tail was raw. And I was really hesitant because the gentleman would refuse to surrender him to us. He wanted us to buy him, and I'm like, I'm a rescue, I don't really buy dogs.
What was he trying to sell him for?
He wanted $800 for him initially, and I just, my friend Beth really talked me into it. She said, if nothing else, even if he doesn't show well, get him out of that environment. So I ended up purchasing him. I got his papers with him, and my goal when I got him was just to get him healthy, get him happy, and get him in the show ring so he looked like he belonged out there. That was it. His first show, he actually didn't do so well. It was about 3 months later. He actually didn't even get out of his class. But I kept trying, put a little more weight on and kept working with him. His very next show, he actually won breed and went to group. And from there, we just kept rolling a 5-point major. And then a few months later, by August, that was in February, by August, he was a finished champion.
So tell me about his rehabilitation process, because I'm sure you being a positive reinforcement trainer, training and nutrition were probably key.
Well, it's training, nutrition, and exercise. He wouldn't even eat when I first got him. He was so nervous. They don't do well with change. So it's just spending time with him. I tried so many different foods. We actually used Eukanuba, Active, and the puppy to put the weight on him, even though he wasn't a puppy, to get the protein. He finally started to eat. Now he's got a normal food drive. He's a normal, happy Weimaraner. He loves showing. And it took a long time. It took really about a year before we actually got him to where he is now.
I can't wait to see him in the ring later. Tell me, when he's not showing, what does Maverick love to do?
He loves to lay around on the sofa. He loves to run, and we have a huge field where they can go run and play. And he loves to be around me. He just loves the attention. He loves being around people.
Who else does Maverick live with at home?
I have a few other Weimaraners. His girlfriend is Gracie. She's another rescue that I compete with in obedience. And she puts him in his place, though, even as big as he is, but that's his girlfriend, so he's quite happy. He's a very friendly dog. He loves people. If his tail's not wagging, there's something wrong. So I'm very proud of him.
So what are your expectations for him today? How do you prepare for something like this?
Really, just he loves the show. I mean, that's what he was bred to do, and he's back doing what he's bred to do and what he really does well at. I just expect him to go out there and show well, and whatever happens, happens, and I couldn't be more proud of him. Win or lose, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and we look forward to seeing how Maverick does this year. Right. Maverick, any last words? How about give Daddy a hug? Can you give him a hug?
Maverick.
Big hug! Big hug! Oh, look how handsome! That is a happy boy. So good to be here with Dan Stallings and Maverick at the AKC Eukanuba National Championships.